the second part of this video is the current season which is going on. We have seen that Kerala Blaster hasn't been up to the mark in this season. There's a countless reason, but as a fan, you have seen and focused on the team better. So what do you think is the in the current season? What do you think is the main issue? In that Kerala Blasters is feeling, like tactical issue, player mentality issue, or do you think it's just a management fault with decision making of retaining key players or and bringing new players in?
I've seen fault in everyone here because first thing is the management. The management couldn't give a very good squad for the Mikael Stahre. There has been no proper replacement of Jackson Singh. There is no good DM in our team. And if you see the our right wing, there has been no good right back. There is no one who is giving good combination for Sandeep Singh, and there is no good right wing which Rahul KBF plays. We have Koro Singh, who is very very young, who is just 17, and we are playing him in like we are so much we are taking so much risk. So there has been no proper squad. First thing. The second thing I see is like Mikael Stahre. If you see his tactics, uh, most of the time what we see is the team is just giving the ball to Noah, and whatever Noah gets, that's all. So there has been no much good tactics where we will have some good passing games and getting the ball and getting some good some creating some good chances scoring goals. We have not seen that much. We have all we have seen. If the last time I went to Kantirava and saw the game, what I have seen is like every player who is getting the ball is watching Noah, and if Noah is free, just giving him the ball. So if he is not free, they just keep passing and wait till Noah is getting free, and then just giving him the ball. So there has been the tactic issue too. So both the management and the coaching staff has to answer all these issues where we didn't had like we just had 3 wins in 11 games. It's a very very poor start, and we are at the ninth or 10th position. So that's that's a very poor start that we had. So coming back from this is like it should be a miracle. We need some very good signings in the winter window that's coming up in the next month. So that's what we are expecting. Even the Manjapada is planning so many protests in the stadium in the coming home games, 22nd December against Mohammedan. They'll be there in the East Gallery, and they will be having something for the management, some chants and everything.
Hmm. We'll talk about the protest soon, but continuing on the current season, we have seen that, as you mentioned, earlier, that the team is currently too much dependent on Noah Sadoi. And do you think that the the tactical outlook, that dependence on Noah Sadoi has been a key factor, that the Kerala Blaster is losing matches? And another thing, second part of the question is that Mikael Stahre has agreed that there's a serious problem with defensive structure and players within the Kerala Blaster. Do you think that's also a major issue, that Kerala Blaster hasn't recruited that good of us defensive players, that they are so bad at keeping clean sheet or keeping a defensive structure well?
Yeah, like I will come to the second question first, where our defense has been worst this season. We have considered the most number of goals so far. So we have considered almost 24 or something. So that's a very bad stat. And when we ask Mikael Stahre, when why do we not get any clean sheet? And he's like, I'm not worried about clean sheet. He's all about 3 points. But our defense has been worst. If you see the center back pair or the fullbacks, they have been like we didn't find the best one, but we don't have a best one to have. Like if you see the foreign players also at the CB, we have Milos and Koif, and they are good at some areas. They are good at aerial balls and all, but the overall defense, if we talk about them, they are not up to the mark. So we have already extended Milos contract. I don't know what we can do now, but Milos has not been that good. What we expected, we are expecting more from him. Like we are expecting more at the CB position, and we need a very good goalkeeper too. If you're talking about, we have Sachin Suresh, but uh, unless we get a very good Indian experienced goalkeeper, I don't think we will have a very good defensive structure. Sachin can improve. Like there is so many areas that he should be improving, even if it takes Som Kumar also. So the number of mistakes that the goalkeeper is making it was not up to the mark, and they were making so many mistakes, which costed us so many games and so many points. We could have been in any other position if we had a very good goalkeeper and with less goalkeeper mistakes. So the defensive structure was is not good now. So there should be some recruitment that's happening at the defensive side, which will make the defensive good. And the first point that you talking about is like Noah Sadoi. So too much dependent on Noah Sadoi. Yes, we have been dependent for like if like I said, every player is watching Noah. If he is free, just give him the ball, let him do whatever it is. That's what we are doing now. So most of the time, sometimes we see the Luna carrying the ball and getting some, and Jesus Jimenez and the attacking. There are some good games too, but most of the time what we see is like we just pass it to Noah, and whatever he does we will get that. That's what it is. So when he is not performing, he when if you see the FC Goa game, Noah was completely locked by Boris Singh. So we were locked. When Noah is locked, whole team is locked. That's how it is. If you are too much dependent on a single player, then this is what we get. They can just lock that player and our team is gone. That's what it is. So that is the concerning one. We should be doing something on this too.
So like I was talking, that too much dependence on Noah and too much, defensive, players issue we have in Kerala Blaster. But as we have seen that multiple defeats in Kerala Blaster this season, and it's almost, mid-season. So what are expectation, and what do you think the team can do better to perform better this season, or something like that?
Like we need the replacements. That's the only solution. We need some good DM. We need good right back, and there are so many things that's I don't think even our management doing it. Like we need a better foreign center defensive midfielder. If we at all the players like Jaho, Van Neef, or something like that, we need a player like that in our midfield. Else we don't else we cannot expect any good results from this team. So unless we make some good replacements, some good recruitment, I don't think we will have a comeback in this season.
And now coming to the protest part of Manjapada, we have seen that why Manjapada is protesting, but many of the viewers might not know about what's the reason behind it, and why they are protesting and not. So can you just give us a brief that why is Manjapada protesting against ticket sales and all?
Yeah, so we started with the protest. Actually, we had Manjapada already had a statement before the season, and we have been poor again and again. We have been poor at home too. We lost against Hyderabad FC at home stadium, which was like anything. We could have like losing against a team which hardly had a training session before the ISL season, and we had which hardly had some foreign players, and recruitment happened in the very end of the transfer window, and they came in, they defeated at Kochi. Was like a very frustrated. As a fan, it would make the fan very much frustrated. and then losing to Bengaluru FC at Kochi, and losing to any team comes to Kochi, and then they just defeat us and they just go back. And then we came to Kantira. Kantira was the last game that we lost it again, and that makes the fan bases very much frustrated. What are we doing? Like, we are not playing good, and there has been, so like, if you see the statement is all against the management, because we cannot blame the coaching staff because they are not given the full squad. They didn't invest much. So without any good squad, we cannot like question the coaching staffs or players. So the players that has been pitched, they are giving their best, but if there is no results, then there is something wrong with the squad. So the main focus of the protest is against our management. They have clearly mentioned it, and they have also if you see the Kochi East Gallery, the tickets are sold by Manyapada actually. So they take whole gallery and they sell it all over the state, starting from Kasaragod to Thiruvananthapuram. So they have a very good crowd pool actually. So they have a group for every district, and they have a coordinator for every district. They have a special bus for from every state: Palakkad, Kasaragod, Kannur, Kozhikode, Malappuram, and it it it's a very good thing to have a club and the fan base who are bringing the fans and coordinating in them very well. So they are losing it one by one. So first thing is, like, they have cancelled the ticket, selling the tickets through Manyapada, but they will be there at East Gallery. And what they will do is, like, they will be protesting against the management inside the stadium and outside the stadium. That's what the plan is. So that is what it is. Like, protest is mainly against the management. There is nothing against the players, and there is nothing against the coaching staff. Everything is on the management. The management's poor decision making and the management's poor investment on the club is what made the Manapada frustrated and going against the management.
Hmm. uh, as we spoke in the earlier part that Kerala fans are very passionate about football, and Kerala Blasters also are very passionate about football. But currently we are seeing that there's a issue with Kerala Blasters, and as Manjapada is protesting against that, what do you think is the current scenario of and how current scenario of fans of Kerala Blasters? And what do you think, is can the management do better to resolve the issue of fans?
Getting the players, getting the replacements that we are asking for. The team needs, the squad needs so many replacements. So unless they are met, they have clearly mentioned, unless they do this, they have been speaking so much, but we didn't see that on the pitch, we didn't see that on the squad. So unless they bring some good players, and in the position where we are lacking some good backups and very good players, unless they do this, I don't think the Manyapada will be back to the normal stage. Unless they have clearly mentioned it. Unless they do this, we are not coming back. So they have made it like end of this season. They are doing this. So if at all it's not coming, then they have some serious plan that will happen after the season 2.
Hmm. And just like you mentioned that something, if management still doesn't react to anything about the protest, there's some serious consequences that they may face. But do you think such big protest or something like not buying merchandise of Kerala Blaster will affect Kerala Blasters management or owner mentality that we have to do something for the club?
Yes, absolutely. I guess the fans are very good part of the club. Every club's fan base is it's a very good, very important part. So when the fans are against the club, then it will affect. it will affect the mentality of the players, the coaching staff, everything. So I'm pretty sure that management will be in some frustration now after what Manjapada have posted. So they'll already be in trying. I guess I guess they will start doing something for the club, or else if they are not ready to invest anything, they might be ready to sell the club too. I don't. But I guess they are not ready to sell, but there will be some recruitment happening, some very good recruitment happening in the I'm expecting it. uh, I don't feel like they will still be silent and not doing any recruitment. I'm expecting them to do something for the team, some recruitments that will strengthen the squad.
Hmm. And last question of this part is, what message will the fans of Kerala Blaster would like to give to the management and to the owners of Kerala Blaster, that we want this change and we want this change and we don't this and that.
Yeah, the message is very clear. Like, if at all we are selling any key players, there should be the same replacement happening, the like to like replacement happening. If it is not happening, then please don't let go of these key players. And too much of dependency on the academy players and I League players is not at all good for the club in a long run. This is going to take so much time and not getting any silverware for the club. So what message that we could give to the owners is like, it's very simple. Just keep our good players and let go of players who are not that being good. Just let go of those players and get some very good Indian players too. We are just more focused on foreign players. Make the same focus on the Indian players too.
Hmm. And now moving ahead, we have seen that clubs like Mohan Bagan, Mumbai City have done great success with their decision making. So, what do you think Kerala Blasters management can learn from Mumbai City and teams like Mohan Bagan's success?
If you see Mohan Bagan squad, if you look at whenever the starting 11 comes, even their bench players can make another team and play and win against most of the teams in ISL. So that's how good these teams make. They are like they have the backups as a very good competition inside the squad itself. So that's what we expect. We expect a very good squad, not just a very good starting 11. So we expect a very good squad where we will have a very good bench strength. Even though we have been saying that there has been so much injury, so we are not performing, but whenever we have an injury, we should have a backup which will cover it up, and who will play as good as who are starting. So that's what the difference between these consistent teams and us, where we don't have a very good bench strength, and we let go of very good players. And if you see Mohan Bagan, who is getting players, they don't care about money, they just invest whatsoever. They, if they need a player, they are ready to give anything. So that's how they got Sal Abdul Samad. That's how they are getting all these players. So if even if we are doing the same thing, we could do much better than them, because we also have some very good players coming from academy. And if we are getting some good players from outside too, then it will make the squad very good. Like it will make us like very good team in India itself. So we have never been a team which will compete in for the shield. Even if you take the best season of Ivan Vukomanovic, we have we have never competed for a shield. We have been like a top six, top four team. Now it's not even that. If now it is the bottom teams we have been. So if at all we get a very good squad where we have very good strength, that's what the motivation from these clubs like Mohan Bagan, Mumbai City.
Hmm. And uh, if given a chance to you, what would be your what would your number one change in Kerala Blaster you would accept, you would make?
There, there are so many changes that needs to be done to this team actually. So the one change that we need is getting the players that we need at the like I said bench, and getting some very good players in our bench, and making some very good competition within the squad, and players should be fighting for their minutes in the game, fighting for the starting 11, name in their starting 11. That's getting a very good squad is the one that should be my first priority if I get a chance.
Hmm. And uh, last question of this part is, we have seen Kerala Blaster in three finals of ISL, but what we have seen in two of the finals of those matches, Kerala Blaster were ahead by 1 or 2 goals in those in those final matches. But in the closing minutes, uh, other team has already most of the times they have drawn or scored the goals and taken Kerala Blaster to the finals. Do you think there's a serious lack in mentality of winning, serious lack in winning mentality in the team? And what would bring the winning mentality to Kerala Blasters?
Like I cannot say this, or but we have been very unlucky in finals. We fought so much, and we reached finals, and two times we lost in penalties. So, and once in the ATK against ATK at 96th minute, the last minute of the game, we considered a goal. So there has been some unlucky things, but in football you have to you can't say it was an unlucky thing. You have to play good and get some results. So talking about the mentality, we have given the players have given the mentality in the seasons that we have reached finals, but there has been some decision that we haven't. If I talk about Ivan Vukovich's final, the substitution that he has made in the last extra time minutes has been poor. Is what I feel. So when we had to take penalties, we didn't had a very good foreign players. We substituted Diaz, we substituted Alvaro Vasquez. So there has been no players to take penalties. So we were forced to take like give chances to Indian players. So Nishu Kumar, Jackson Singh, and very young players like so many young players of Indian squad had to take the penalties, and eventually we lost the final. So there has been some unluckiness too, but there has been some poor decision making from the coaches in the final minutes that costed us a silver bay.
Hmm. And it's next question is not only relative to Kerala Blaster, but whole of Indian Super League and whole of Indian football. The the level of the level of refereeing. We have seen a very bad level of refereeing in ISL, and particularly we have seen that Kerala Blaster have suffered the most. Almost every team has suffered, but most we have seen that most suffering team from the refereeing of ISL referees is Kerala Blaster. Do you think there's a bit of unlucky part to it that most of the times Kerala Blaster were part of that refereeing thing?
Yes, like what I said, like you cannot say this, but in the final too, in the final against Hyderabad FC, we had faced a refereeing error which costed the silverware. Like there was an event where there should be a red card given, where Nishu Kumar, I guess Nishu Kumar had a ball, and he had only one player in front, and he fouled him. So it's the last man, so it should be a red card, but he hasn't given it, and we costed we that costed us a silverware. So there has been so many decisions that went against us, even in this season against Hyderabad FC. We lost it at home. We had a very bad game, but we lost it because of the referee decision. Referee given a wrong penalty to Hyderabad FC and not given a clear penalty. The two penalties, if I remember, two penalties not given for Kerala Blasters. So the refereeing at ISL has been so poor. Even the every club's fans has been saying this. They have been protesting this, but there has been nothing done by the AF or FSDL to improve the refereeing standard. So they have been saying that we will bring the VAR soon, but we don't see that coming. Like there has been no progress happening. They are saying next year, and it's already 2025 in a month. So the refereeing standard of Indian Super League has been very poor, and we have been the team that suffered the most in these refereeing standards.
Last part of this video. Uh, Despite everything, Kerala Blaster, and you are a very diehard fan of Kerala Blaster. What are your expectations and hopes for future of Kerala Blaster?
If we talk about this season and with this squad, we don't have much expectation. We cannot expect to with this squad. We cannot expect anything from this squad unless we make some very good changes and we bring some very good players. We see so many rumors that Bhutia from Bengaluru FC is coming and Abhishek and Nikhil Prabhu is coming to Kerala Blasters, and some like Saurav is leaving Kerala Blasters. So if at all Pepra is leaving, and if at all these things are happening, and if we see some these things are happening, and if we see some the squad getting very good, then we could expect anything. Unless that, I am not expecting anything from this squad this season. And the future, if you talk about future, if we are moving with the same squad and with same foreign continent, we won't win anything. That's so clear. That's so clear that we don't have a very good squad, and expecting us to win something is it's we cannot expect it. Without anything, we cannot expect it. So that's what it is.
Hmm. And lastly, what message do you have for the fans of Kerala Blaster who are losing hope and faith in the team?
Uh, we can't give up on our club. Actually, we cannot let go of our players and coaching staff. We can let go of the management. We can go against the management, but the club management may come. It was a different management before. Now it is them. We might see a new management, but we should never let go of the club. Like I never supported the boycotting of the games, and like I will still promote people to go and watch the support the team, just the team, not the management. Go against the management, but always support the team from the stands or whatsoever. Just keep supporting. We will have a time, very good time soon, at least. So we will keep supporting. So keep supporting. You will once it will come, the time will come when we will have some time to celebrate all these things.